Hello there. This video is going to be about the specialty restaurants on P&O's Azura. So if that's of interest to you, watch on. Hi there. I'm Mama Jane's husband and this is
Mama Jane.
And recently we were on P&O Azura and we explored the specialty restaurants on that ship. And well, we had a pretty good time overall, didn't we?
Certainly did.
And the food, we enjoyed it, didn't we? Yeah.
Certainly did.
And we had, the first time ever, we managed to get in the Epicurean, which is sort of P&O's high-end dining experience. And it cost us £40 each, which is quite a lot of money when you've already paid for free food, haven't you?
Free food.
Well, included food in the included restaurants. Yeah. So for 40 quid extra, it's got to be good. And what did you think, Mama Jane?
It was good. It was very good.
It was very good.
Yes.
And so first thing, what did you think about the restaurant and the staff?
The restaurant was beautiful. The staff were very good.
Yes.
Right from the maitre d' and all the waitresses, they were just lovely. Not too pushy, not too in your face. They were just lovely.
Yeah. It was the ambience and surroundings I thought were excellent.
Yeah.
The Epicurean wasn't an afterthought in the ship.
No.
It was well placed at the top of the ship and you actually had quite nice views out onto the aft. Mm-hmm. And if the weather had been better, I suspect that there were tables outside, and you could have overlooked the aft as you dined. So that part of it I thought were really, really good. Mm-hmm. We liked the menus, didn't we? And I will post the menus probably in the description below. We've never done that before, so I'm trying to work out how to do that. So let's hope I can manage that.
What could possibly go wrong?
And then the first thing to be said, the first thing that struck us that was good was the bread was special.
Now, but anybody who knows Mama Jane's husband will know he loves bread. So do I. He really does. So it's, to impress himself, it's good bread.
It is good bread. So at the beginning of the meal, they bring round bread and you can choose what bread you want. And they do that in the main dining room and other restaurants. And it's nice bread. But actually, this was special bread. A bit of extra effort had been made into making this bread. So it was really good. Yeah. And then, as happens on some of the dressed up nights in the main dining room, we had what I called an amuse-bouche. Is that correct?
An amuse-bouche.
Yes, yeah. And were you amused by the bouche?
My bouche was very amused.
Your bouche was very amused.
Bouche is now.
Ah, well, it was lovely. Because they're not always.
Oh, no.
We've had some right rubbish in the MDR before now.
No, darling, no. You thought they were rubbish.
Well, I'm usually right. I'm usually right. I'm not always, but it's a rare event when I'm wrong.
Carry on.
Yeah, okay. So we had a good start, and then our starters came, and well, how did that go down?
They were lovely. I had smoked salmon, 2 kinds of smoked salmon, and it was absolutely delicious. Yeah. If you like smoked salmon, which I do. It
looked fabroony, I have to say. And I had pulled duck and some Hasselback.
No, what was it? Hasselback.
Hasselback caviar. And it was delicious, I have to say. It was beautiful. It was really, really beautiful. And the distances between courses were well paced as well.
Yes, it was.
That's something that's a tricky thing to get right. And it's really important to get the pace of the meal, not rushed, not too slow, but just right. So that was well judged as well. And then we came to our main course, And I seem to remember I had a blackleg chicken breast with on its own, in fact, with various veg and stuff, and it was really, really, really lovely.
Yeah.
And Mama Jane, what did you have?
I fillet steak, but with ox cheek as well. Now, I love ox cheek.
Yeah, so we both, again, very, very nice indeed. So just as a surprise and to clean our palates, along came this beautiful sorbet.
Very nice.
And it was really, really nice,
lovely.
wasn't it? Yeah, it was a nice surprise. And then, Mama Jane, what did you think of the pudding?
Oh, it was amazing. We both had the same, and it was all the puddings, just a little bit of each one. What do they call it? Taste of plate?
Taste of plate.
Something like that. And it was absolutely,
Do you know, my gallbladder is vibrating at this present moment. Just discussing this meal, it was just...
It was very good, yeah.
It was, yeah. Even my gallbladder was impressed. There you go. And then we had these lovely little chocolates, which were brought on this most delightful...
An amazing stand.
Yes.
You chose which ones you wanted.
Oh.
It was all such an experience, you know. Yeah, okay, they were probably very nice chocolates, but they were really nice because of the exquisite display. I think that's the thing.
It was just so beautifully done.
All beautifully done, yeah.
Even the coffee was nice.
Yeah, even the coffee was
Even
nice.
the coffee was not your standard
No.
P&O fare, whether it's in the buffet or within the main dining room. It was really nice coffee as well.
Lovely.
So, all in all, we had a lovely experience. Would you say it's worth an extra £40 each?
Yes, I would. Because to buy that meal in a restaurant, you would have been talking more £100.
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
Not including wine. Yeah, it was of that standard.
Yeah, it was a very good standard.
Yeah, and I'm sure they don't allow £60 each for your meal in the dining rooms.
No. So, well done, P&O.
Yeah, well done.
Well done. Not the best specialty restaurant we've been in on our cruising experience, but not bad,
Not bad at all. It was good, really good.
And then, another of the specialty restaurants we went into was the Glass House. And we've been on the Glass House in Iona as well, haven't we? And we were really impressed with this setup. I think the way they'd set it up again, the ambience, the decoration, because I think it was an addition. I don't think it was on Azura when it was launched, and it was lovely. You really liked it, didn't you?
Oh, loved it. Yeah. It was sort of casual in a smart sort of way. Any sort of matched wines if you wanted,
or beers,
to the
or ciders,
to the meals, and it worked a treat because I used to think, oh, give over, it's, you know.
Yeah,
it
worked really well.
But it did work well, and again, the staff were lovely, the place was lovely, just absolutely lovely.
Yeah. Now, I would say service was not the quickest at the Glass House, and some of the seats that you could sit at were uncomfortable for me. Yeah. I have to, because I've had a hip replacement, I have to be careful how I sit and the angles of my legs when I'm sat. So I found them some of the chairs very uncomfortable.
Yeah, I wouldn't have liked to have sit and eat a proper meal there, a full meal. Perhaps, excuse me, perhaps to just have a drink, it'd be comfortable, and even you may have found them comfortable because you sort of sat back. But if you wanted to sit forward, the tables were low, whereas you could sit, and we did. It's a proper dining table and proper dining chairs. So just bear that in mind, because you didn't have to book, you just turned up, didn't you? And
in fact, we turned up once because we liked it so much the first time. We went to go a second time and couldn't get in, it was full.
Yes, full, and a queue.
Yeah, and but you had fish and chips.
Fish and chips, but it was amazing. It was done very unusual. It was just very unusual.
And I had some beef burger sliders.
You did?
and they were a bit unusual as well. They were really lovely. And we had pudding, but we can't remember what we had for pudding. And unusually, I didn't take a photo.
I had ice cream.
Yeah, I think you might have had ice cream.
I definitely did.
I can't remember what I had. So instantly forgettable, that.
But it was good. It was nice. Whatever it was, it was nice.
Yeah, and you pay per dish, and it wasn't expensive. I think it was about £5 or £6 a dish, and I mean, you know, it was quite nice, really. Nice experience. And then the other place we went was the beach house. Now again, we've been on the beach house in Iona, and what did you think of the beach house, Mum Jane?
Well, because I'll eat anything. Basically, I'll eat anything. So,
you eat cardboard, won't you?
If somebody's cooked it for me, I'll eat anything. So I enjoyed it because there was lots for me to choose from. Anything on the menu I would have eaten. Now, himself is a bit more picky, and so you weren't too keen on a lot of things. I had, what did I have?
Goat curry.
Goat curry. And it was lovely. And you had...
Did you have some, you had some, those red potatoes, those funny potatoes, what are they called?
Sweet potatoes.
Sweet potato skins, didn't you?
To start with, yes. Yeah. With various fillings on them, yeah. And then the goat curry.
And I had nachos
to start. You had nachos to start with all stuff on.
Yeah. And it was messy. I like that.
And then you had macaroni pie.
I did.
Which is macaroni cheese, but more solid. And
it were all right. I could have opened a tin at home and it would have been
you could. He could not. You so could not, Mama Jane's husband. You couldn't.
No.
I
think this is where we differ, you see.
No.
Macaroni cheese is macaroni cheese. It's a bad choice on my part. But anyway, it was okay. There was a £15 cover charge, and you had ice cream for pudding, didn't you? I had apple tart.
Apple pie.
Apple pie, okay. And the thing is, it's got this, the beach house has this sort of Caribbean fusion appeal, and it if you like fish, you've got a wide range. I mean, like I said, Mama Jane could have eaten anything. I can be picky at times, and it weren't the best menu for me, and I should have known that because I've already been to the menu.
Because it's already on the outside before you even go in.
And I'd had the menu at the beach house on Iona as well, so there was no big surprises for me, really.
So shut up grumbling.
So yeah, and the other issue I've got with the beach house is that it's in the buffet, so they cordon off a part of the buffet for the beach house, which is open in the evening. But it's next to the buffet, so you can have people using the buffet in the next quadrant to you. So it's got a sort of railway pub feel for me. So people come and go in all the time. You're trying to have a leisurely meal. I don't think, for me, the ambience in the beach house doesn't work on Iona or on Azura. So... Anyway, that's my views. That's it.
And as we always say, they are only our views.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing we forgot to mention when we were talking about the Epicurean is we also went for afternoon tea. Now, Mama Jane is an afternoon tea expert, having had many afternoon teas with her friends. It's the sort of thing she does.
It's a girly thing.
It is. So you're an expert. So what's your expert opinion about the afternoon tea on Azura with P&O?
Well, the day we went, and that's all I can speak about, it was lovely. Very good value. I know we're always banging on, or no, he is, that you've already paid and this is just additional charge. And I think it was about £17.50 each. Which anybody who is into afternoon teas will know, you don't get many afternoon teas for £17.50. And if you do, they're certainly not of the standard that this was. It was absolutely lovely. yeah, what can I say? It was just lovely. Very unusual. The sandwiches and the cakes were very unusual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And again, I'll drop the menu in for everyone to see if I work out how to do it. It'll be in the description. Now, not being an expert on afternoon teas, how did it compare with some of the best you've had on land?
It was as good. I think it was as good.
Would you say so?
Yeah, and now if you're on Cunard, it's done quite differently. You don't get a stand with everything on. They keep coming round with sandwiches, da 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 da. Now, having said that, you've got a stand with things on, but they still came round and said, would you like more sandwiches? Would you like more whatever? Now, we didn't because there was more than enough. But you could have had, you know. And yes, my dears, you can go to the buffet and get afternoon tea if you wish. But it's not the same. It is not the same.
Now on P&O afternoon tea, you'll get soggy sandwiches because they make them at some time, stick them in the fridge and then in the freezer even, I think, because we've had water crystals before now in the sandwiches. Yeah. They bring them out and they leave them to defrost in the buffet.
Yeah, it's not.
So the afternoon tea in the buffet on P&O, I think, is rubbish.
Yeah, well, yeah, on this we do agree.
Honest.
Now, on Cunard, you can get your afternoon tea in the buffet. By the way, there's no extra charge for it in the dining room. But if you want to just quickly go into the buffet and get something, now that they are not, well, I don't know whether they're frozen or not, but if they are, they're thawed properly and they don't go all soggy. So yeah, that is a disappointment with P&O. Yeah.
Soggy sandwiches. Yeah. There's no redemption from that really. I really enjoyed the afternoon tea, but I've not got many experiences to compare it with, unlike Mama Jane.
Well, I just quickly looked at the Ritz price list. I've never been to the Ritz in London for afternoon tea.
I think that's a hint.
No, it's not. No, because even I think it's outrageous. And it starts at £72 a head.
Excuse me.
Yes.
Wow.
Now, you know...
You've got gold leaf in the sandwiches for that.
Well, the Ritz is the Ritz, isn't it? And I'm sure you're paying for the beautiful place and all the rest of it. But I just think, no, I don't think I would pay that. No.
I think
mid-20s is, where we live, in this area, north of England, mid-20s is normal. Yeah.
Okay. And then the last, but in nowhere least, is the Sindhu on Azura. And we've had mixed experiences with the Sindhu on P&O ships. Iona was very good. Arcadia was very disappointing. And in fact, we've done a separate video
just on
Sindhu experience and how it compares with an M&S takeaway. And you'll be surprised at what we think. So you can watch that video after this, and we'll put a link at the end. Again, if I can work out how to do it. I reckon I can do it. So we'll see. I always like the challenge. And we had a really nice meal, didn't we? What did you think of Sindhu on Azura, darling?
Good.
As simple as that. Good. That was quick and to the point.
Good.
Yeah.
If they want to know more, watch the video.
If you want to know more, watch the video. But actually, I'd eat again at Sindhu on Azura, probably.
Yeah.
Just because I think Mama Jane would really like to eat on Azura Sindhu again. So we'll see. So that's our take on the specialty restaurants on P&O.
But please make your comments to us, because we've spoke about one visit, you know, and
we can't agree on something.
No,
you know.
And who knows? You know what I think is fabulous, he thinks is rubbish, and
the thing is, I cannot convince Mama Jane to make the right choice sometimes. So you know, she likes to be wrong. And but there you are. So I think at that point
We'd better say goodbye.
we'd better go say yes. We had. So it's a goodbye from
me,
and it's a goodbye from
him.
goodbye.